Welcome back, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the things we need to plan for a international vacation. So this is going to be a live video of live demonstration of what I actually do when I plan to go on a international travel trip. For those that don't know, I'm going to be actually going to Taiwan very soon. And these are the tips and tricks that I use to plan my trip before I even think about things to do, food to eat. This is top 5 of what you need to do before you plan what to do, your activities, what to eat there, and all that. These are pre-planning, I guess, in terms of what you need to decide beforehand before you go to a foreign country internationally, right? Number 1, visa requirements. So if you are a US citizen going to any foreign country, you have to go to usa.gov. There is a destination search tool that will tell you everything that you need about your destination and whether you need a visa or not. So for example, I'll be going to Taiwan. And Taiwan, there will be like embassy alerts, there's weather alerts, foreclosure alerts, and it says passport validity. I need at least 1 page to stamp. Tourist visa is not required if I stay less than 90 days. Vaccination is not required, but CDC recommend hepatitis A, things like that. Currency restrictions, don't bring over a certain amount of money, things like that. But if, for example, if I look for China will require a visa. So if I go to China, it says 6 months visa, tourist visa required, yes. And a recommended consult with travel clinic, stuff like that. Right? And then there's also, obviously, there's more information and the embassies and consulates of the USA. Definitely look for your own country. If you're in Canada, I'm sure there's a Canadian one. Just go to your country's website, Google it, search for it, and look for visa requirements for foreign country. Okay, and don't forget to read, because these are sometimes very important. So definitely read. Like, for example, this one, you have to obtain the visa prior to arrival of China. Okay, and have a passport with at least 6 months validity remaining. The lack of either will result a fine or immediate deportation. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure you read it so you don't get kicked out of the country. That'll ruin your vacation 100%. Okay. Number 2, currency exchange. Okay. So currency exchange, here's a general thing. There's xe.com, where it's a general exchange of what amount you'll be getting in terms of Taiwanese dollars from USD to Taiwan, or USD to whatever, Japanese yen. Okay. The thing is, when you go to a foreign country, when you exchange money there, you're not gonna probably get 146, because either they'll charge you a service fee, or they'll charge you a little bit of lower rate, so then they make a little bit of money. And that's how companies do it. Foreign exchange companies, that's how they make money, that's how they survive. They charge a little bit of rates on top of the exchange rate. But this is a good reference, all right, of that you have an idea. So if I want to exchange $100, now I know I should be getting around 14,600 yen or something like that. So maybe like take away some fees, stuff like that, maybe like 14,000 yen, or maybe like a little bit less. But you can use that as a comparison, right? Don't forget, when you arrive in a foreign country, you can go to check different rates at the airport. Check the airport rates, check the bank rates, local banks, check the 7-Eleven rate for Asia travel, especially going to Taiwan, going to Hong Kong or Japan, 7-Eleven ATMs, very convenient. They charge a flat fee. And if your current bank card waive ATM fees, even if they waive foreign fees, that's totally free, and you probably get a better rate through the ATM by if your card waive fees. Okay, so you might get a better rate through ATM, but sometimes you get a better rate through bank. So through a research, for example, in Taiwan, the foreign currency is heavily regulated. So wherever you go, it's gonna be the rates are gonna be pretty similar, and you're not gonna be tricked on it. Obviously, there's like local merchants that you can also go to that might give you a little bit higher rate, but be careful of those because there's fake currency around, and if you're not used to a foreign country, go to a reputable dealer, for example a bank or a legit foreign exchange place, or at the airport. Now most of the time at the airport you will get ripped off, okay, because they charge a convenience fee on top of their exchange fee that they earn, except for like things like Taiwan where it's heavily regulated, then it's pretty similar. But most of the time you don't want to exchange at the airport, but you can go to the 7-Eleven at the airport to exchange for it using the ATMs and get charged a small convenience fee, but it's probably worth it to get some money at that point. Or the alternate solution is to just get some foreign currency before you go to the foreign country. Your local bank, whoever you bank at locally, is able to give you currency exchange, whatever bills you need. For example, any Japanese yen, a Taiwan dollar, they can order that. Okay, and maybe like a few business days or a week, you go back to your bank and you collect the foreign exchange. And that's available at most of the banks, especially the big banks. Okay, so the global recognized banks, they're all able to do that, and it's called currency exchange. Just ask for it at your local bank. And that's my like that's my tips. Just basically try to search which is the best rates. In my experience, usually the 7-Eleven in Asia gives you the best rates, and in terms of Europe, things like that, go to the bank, go to the nearest government-owned bank if possible. They do have good rates there, but this is just a reference. Okay. Now number 3. So when you arrive at a foreign country, what is going to be the mode of transportation, right? Now, like going to countries like England, or like going to Spain, things like that, into Europe, you're probably going to be taking a lot of subway, metro, or trains, things like that. But if you're going to, like, basically, yeah, just be aware of where you're going to. Okay, so if I'm going to Taiwan, transportation, you search, right? What kind of transportations are there? What kind of transportation cards are there? Okay, so in Taiwan they use this thing called Easy Card in Taiwan, and Easy Card lets you use it for taxi, allows you to use it for buses, ferries, bike rentals, supermarkets. Same thing as Hong Kong. It's called Octopus Card, I believe. It's the same situation where it allows you to purchase different, going to even convenience stores and taking the subway and all that. And these things you can actually pre-purchase before you arrive to the country. They're like, hey, look, you can find them and pre-purchase them before you even arrive. Okay, Hong Kong Octopus Card, right? Octopus. Wow, I can't spell. Octopus Card, for example, you can pre-purchase it and just pick it up at the airport. Okay, and if you were to use this website, I do have a promo code called Lock Travels, so use that. And for new customers, you get 10% off to new customers, $50 spent. Promo code is Lock Travels for Klook. It is basically a travel agency for Asia. But of course, you can use Expedia and things like that. But just Expedia doesn't have Wi-Fi packages, SIM card packages, and convenience card packages available in Expedia and Booking. So it's just another website that you can use. Now, for specifically for Taiwan, I'm going to be renting a car for 2 days. So if you're going to be renting a car, you got to be very careful, right? If you're renting a car, you need to know if it requires an international driver license or not. These are my booking. So I did a car rental. Okay. And in the car rental, it's going to say, hey, I need to pick up information, probably something in here that requires me to show proof that I'm able to rent a car. So depending on the country, like I said, do some research. But for example, Taiwan, I need to get a international driving permit along with my ID. So now international driving permits, it looks like this. You can get it at your nearest AAA office. It looks like this on the screen right now. You can get at your nearest AAA office. It costs about $20. I'll show you my receipts. So right here. Yeah, I'll make my screen a little bigger for you to see. Webcam. There you go. So actually the thing is, international driver license costs $20. I was dumb and I didn't bring passport photo. So you need 2 passport photo. If you bring 2 passport photo, you can avoid a $20 fee and you just pay $20. You do not have to be a member to get it. But I didn't bring a passport photo with me. So I paid another $20 for a passport photo. So I paid about $41 with tax and stuff like that to get my international driving permits. Looks like this. I don't know if there's any information here that's yeah, it has my address in it. So but I'll show you these pages. Basically it has English, Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, and it tells me, like, it tells the car rentals what you are able to drive, what kind of car vehicles you are able to drive. Sorry, it's so blurry. I don't know how to make it refocus back. But basically it's in different languages, and they'll tell you it'll tell the car rental people what cars you can drive and what cars you're eligible to drive, and obviously present your ID while you're at it. So if you're going to be renting a car, make sure to check if you need to get a permit, international driving permit or not for the specific country, so then you don't go try to pick up your rental car and be like, oh, show us your information, I don't have it. For example, in Japan, if you try to go to the Mario Kart, right, the famous, I'm sure you've seen it in the Tokyo Mario Kart tour, right, something like this, they require a international driving permit before you can do this. Okay, so, and obviously you have to pre-book it, but yeah, you can actually pre-book it in Klook, this website when I showed you. You can pre-book this. So just search Tokyo Mario Kart. There you go. So you actually book this through Klook. And like I said, oh sorry, my currency is in Taiwan dollars right now. Switching it back to US dollars. And don't forget, up here you can switch to any language and any currency. But yeah, you can book it, but it'll tell you, hey, it's required to show them your international driving permit. And how you get it is, like I said, go to AAA, or just Google search, right? Just Google search, not Google Map, I'm sorry. Google search international driving permit. And the first thing comes up is going to be AAA IDP, AAA international driving permit. And it'll tell you how to get it. And basically you visit your local branch and fill out an application and pay $20. The whole process takes less than 30 minutes. It took me like 20 minutes. Super fast. You walk in, show them your driver's license, whichever state you're in. Boom, you're done. I mean, 20 minutes. Processing, pay the money, things like that. Then you're done. But if you, for example, if you are traveling, gonna be a metro, gonna be taxi, gonna be Uber, you gotta search. For example, right? Canada has no Uber. Okay, Canada has no Uber. Canada, no Uber available in Canada because I believe Canada does not allow other companies like Uber or Lyft to be in Canada. So just search. I guess in Canada now it has some, but before when I visited Canada, I couldn't get an Uber or a Lyft. So, you know, like basically, can I use Uber in Taiwan, for example? And yes, you can use it in Taiwan silver cities like that. So, yeah. Or like if you need to get a local, local app for that specific, for example, what taxi app for India, okay, and it'll tell you like, okay, ride hailing apps, bike apps like Ola, Rapido, things like that. You might have to pre-download these apps, okay, before you go to these cities, and just search for it on the website. Google has most of your answers. Now the next part is that's number 3, mode of transportation. Okay, number 4 is gonna be place to stay, and I love using Google Map for this. Okay, so we're gonna use Taiwan as an example, but you can do any country really, and you find a hotel that you enjoy. I'm just gonna put IHG properties, like it's because it's easy, like Holiday Inn or something like that, right? So Holiday Inn like this. Then you can kind of zoom in using Google Map to see what's nearby, right? To see convenience stores, things like that nearby. You can also see like what kind of food options are available, or if you go to Holiday Inn, hit direction, and then let's just say TBE, how do you get to the airport from the inn, right? It's gonna show you a route. And it's gonna say like, hey, if you drive 22 minutes, if you take a transit, and you just need to take a purple line or a blue line, and it's gonna take about an hour to get there. Okay, so this is gonna be very useful in terms of helping you out in terms of transportation. For example, if I'm here and I want to go to Taipei 101, which is a very famous building, it's going to show you how I get there. There's going to be like about an hour 20, an hour 15. And basically it shows me exactly what to do. If I hit go on your phone, it will have a GPS linking you directly how to get there, or take a cab for 45 minutes, take an Uber, right? This is very important. Definitely make use of all your tools. And Google Map is your friend. Especially like when I was traveling in Tokyo, right? When I'm traveling in Tokyo, subways are crazy here, right? So if I go to, for example, Narita International, and I need the direction to Shibuya, well, Shibuya would be a little bit easier, but it would be like different colored trains. Like, see that? Like it would be like something like different colored trains, different lines. It would be like, oh, I take the Skyliner to this station, and then take a green Yamato line to here. And it's really, really important and really good that there are these options that tells you exactly what you need, and there are a few options, right, that you can do. So, definitely take advantage of this. Or Hanada, right? Hanada Airport, and how to get to Shibuya from Hanada. And they'll be like, okay, take this line, take the light blue line to the green line, things like that. So definitely take advantage of Google Maps, Google Transportation, things like that. And for example, IHG again, I'm just gonna use IHG for example, or Marriott property, whatever. Choose one. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna be Anna Intercontinental. While you're zoomed in around here, right? You can then look for like convenience stores, right? Convenience stores nearby. And then there you go. Near your hotel, there's 7-Elevens near you, right? Or laundry, right? Sometimes you need laundry. You search for laundry and it'll show up laundry. There you go, Coin Laundry. So you hit Coin Laundry direction, and then you're gonna put what was it, Anna International Continental? Yeah, Anna Intercontinental. Like that. And it just be like, oh, 4-minute walk. And you just basically 4-minute walk to this Yutaka Coin Laundry place. And obviously you can take pictures, take a quick look what's available there, right? And what it looks like. So, Google most of the time is your friend. If you're going to a country like China where Google's not allowed, then you might have to use different services like Bing. Bing is allowed in China. That's a tip. There is or local websites, but generally if you could use Google, use Google. Okay, moving on. Now, oh yeah, so basically place to stay, you want to make sure that it's near anything, is a convenience, right? For example, my Anna Intercontinental, is it near any metro, right? Metro line, things like that. I guess it's called Metro line. Yeah, something like that. So it's like, which station? There you go. There's a down here is Moriamon station, and then here's a Tom. Okay, I'm not even gonna pronounce it, but here's a station. Here's a subway station, and then you go to Anna Continental again. So now hey, this property is pretty nice. I just need to walk 7 minutes to a subway line, right? Pretty convenient. I don't need to get a car. I can just walk to the subway line, and subway line, takes you to around all of Tokyo. Okay, so that's that. And then number 5, okay, last but not least, number 5 tip is look at the weather, please. Please look at the weather. So I'm gonna be going to Taiwan, well, Taipei in particular, in next week, right? So you can look at a 10-day forecast, right? You can look at 10-day forecast. Oh, it might rain by the time I'm there, actually. But if it's not in 10-day available, you can look for like average weather forecast for September, right? September for Taipei. Okay, and then you get basically average temperature of each day. Wow, I don't know how to read that. Okay, something simple, right? Taipei weather, there you go, something like this. This is going to be in Celsius, but obviously change it to Fahrenheit. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So, oh, there you go, down here, Fahrenheit. Wait, I don't know. This page is not buffering. Okay, page died. But yeah, so check the weather, because weather is gonna know what you need to wear for for your travel, right? Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna not rain? And you can always check like 30 days. So Taipei 30 days, weather, like something like this. Just search for your city 30 days, and it'll tell you generally around what weather it is, whether it's raining or not. So take notes, and these are things that you need to do before you arrive to your travel destination. Okay, And obviously now you have 5 things planned, right? You looked at your budget, you looked at your currency. Well, actually, currency has to include your budget. Like, how much money are you trying to spend on this trip totally, right? Get a budget for yourself. All right, you don't want to, I mean, everybody should have some type of budget in their mind, you know, and yeah, so budget in your mind, and then how to get money when you arrive, or get money before you arrive, where to do that. Check visa entries. Is there any restrictions? How much money you can bring? What you can bring? Do I need to get a visa for this country? Number 3, mode of transportation. Am I gonna need a rental car? Am I just all gonna be doing subway, train station, metros, or am I gonna do Uber, things like that? If you need to do subways, train stations, can I pick up the cards at the airport? And the cards, what I can use for the cards for? Can I use it to buy groceries, go to convenience stores? Yes or no? Things like that. Can I get a refund if I have money left over on the card? Most of the time, it's yes. If you're a foreigner buying those cards, travel cards, when you fly off on the day you leave, you can actually get money back, okay, at the airport, and just return the card and they give you some money back. Number 4, place to stay. Is a convenient location? Where is it going to be at? Things like that. Just plan the idea of it. Number 5, weather. What's going to be like? It's going to be very hot. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be cold? Do I need an extra jacket? Do I need to pack lights? That's going to be very important. Forgot. Number 6, do I need a SIM card? Or do I need a Wi-Fi pocket? Okay, what that mean is, how do I access internet in the foreign country? Most of the time, yeah, your current mobile carrier has some kind of international package available that you're going to use their data plan and be able to access internet there. But however, you know, some it might be cheaper for you to buy it at that country. For example, if I go to Taipei, and then I check like Taipei SIM card, Wi-Fi SIM card, I could be paying for like $3 per day, or like $8 per SIM card, and it's unlimited use of data. So if I buy like 10 days, it's only $15 for 10 days worth of unlimited data with some credit to calls too, right? That's $15 USD is probably cheaper than what you're going to be paying for an international plan on your current mobile carrier. Okay, if you don't want to buy a SIM card, you can if your phone is still locked or something, you can still buy a pocket Wi-Fi, things like that. It only costs $3 per day, and you choose like how many day you need to pick and return. And $3 per day is probably cheaper than $10 a day or $15 a day at a lot of mobile carriers in the US, especially. Now, I know T-Mobile does have free access to internet internationally, but you got to be careful because the T-Mobile free internet access is very slow, right? Most of the time, unless you have like their top plans, and the top new plans I think have limited like a few gigs of free super fast internet, and then it's going to be back to like tethering very slow internet. So if you need to like upload to your Instagram, watch YouTube, things like that, you probably still need a SIM card or a pocket Wi-Fi. So pick those up if you need to. Okay, and I don't want this video to be way too long, so I'm going to end soon. Oh, and so you plan all these, right? You plan 1 2 3 4 5 6, plan your SIM card, plan your Wi-Fi, because obviously having internet, it's super important when you're traveling abroad. You can search for word restaurants, search for Google Map things to do, how to travel, transit, Google Translate, translating a different language. If you need to ask for like what things are, just use Google Translate. And you do all this before you even plan on activities and food and like things to do at the foreign location. Okay, I hope I give you a little bit of tips and insights. If you're still with me here, please subscribe. That's gonna help me out a lot. Other than that, oh, and if you use this website, Klook, make sure you use my promo code Lock Travels, or if you use Expedia, hotels.com, things like that. I will list my affiliate link and referral code in the description below. So please use my referral codes and link to get I get a little bit of kickback. It doesn't cost you anything. But actually in the Klook you get a 10% or 5% discount depending if you're a first time user or not. A little hint is to be a first time user, make sure the first time user you're gonna buy a big item like a hotel, so that 10% is worth it for you. Because for me, I was like hecka dumb, and I used this 10% the wrong way, and I'm now no longer a new customer. I bought like the $10 all in one value pack for $10, so I'm no longer a new customer. And when I try to book a hotel for like $150, I couldn't use my 10% off. It's going to give me 3%. So that's a tip. If you're gonna be booking something, make sure you book the expensive stuff first using my code LOGTravels to get that 10%, maximum 50. So I guess $500. You get $50 off of that. That's a pretty good deal. All right. I mean, if anybody wants to book a $500 hotel, but pretty good deal. Anyways, like $100 is $10, right? Pretty good. So don't forget to use it. My code expires in July 1st, so use it before then. You can use this up to 5 times. Okay. And I'll post like Expedia referrals. I also have a VRBR referral code for like so similar to Airbnb, things like that. And it'll all be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. And I see you next time. Actually, the next video is going to be about me actually booking everything and going to Taiwan. So it'll be like activities now, then tours, things like that, like things that I have in my cart, in my bookings, like this. Pocket Wi-Fi, trains, car rentals, hotel booking, and tours. This will all, and discounts, things like that. These will all be in the next video. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. See you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to stay logged in. See ya.